everyone. So today we are going to study about a poem. The name of the poem is It Never Comes Again, written by Richard Henry Stoddard. So before we start with the poem, there is a small passage which is very relevant to this poem. So first let's read this passage and understand what they're trying to say from this passage. So it is like this. Four friends, Raju, Akbar, John, and Mohan, are looking sad. Each one of them has lost something. So there are four friends, Raju, Akbar, John, and Mohan. So all of them are very sad because each one of them they have lost something. Raju lost his cricket bat, which he was very fond of. Raju, the first boy, he lost his cricket bat. He was very fond of it, but he has lost it now. Akbar had a very good story book, and he lost it when, by mistake, it fell into a pond. Akbar had a very good story book. He liked it very much, but he lost it because by mistake it fell into a pond. John lost his collection of rare stamps which he had collected over a few years. So John, he has lost his stamps. Some people do stamps collection, right? So even John had a habit of making stamps collection, but he lost it. Mohan lost his mother, who died of a massive heart attack. So Mohan, the last boy, he lost his mother. His mother was dead because of a massive heart attack. So here are some questions related to this passage. Let's see what are the questions. Whose loss do you think is the greatest? So they are asked as, whose loss do you think is the greatest? So the loss, which is the greatest loss, is that Mohan lost his mother because his mother is dead and she cannot come back again. So the second question is, why do you think the loss of other things is not that important? See, they're asking in the first question, we said that Mohan lost his mother, so that is the biggest loss, right? But they're asking now, why do you think that the other boys who have lost their things, it is not important? So the answer is because Raju, Akbar and John, they have lost things which they can get it back. But Mohan has lost his mother, which he can never get back again. So the third question is, which of the losses can be compensated and which cannot be? So here's the answer for the question, that which are the losses that can be compensated. Compensated in sense which can be brought back again. So a cricket bat or a storybook or the stamps, they can get it back again. They can buy it, they can collect it again. But Mohan's mother is dead, so we cannot compensate it and we cannot get back his mother. So this is a small passage. It is very relevant to the poem. So now let's start the poem with the introduction. So the introduction says, youth is the best period of human life. He says that youth, when we are in youth, it is the best period since it's the best time of a human life. It is the sweetest phase of life. It is the sweetest phase of life. It is the sweetest time of life. It fills a person with dreams. When we are youth, we have a lot of dreams towards our future. So when we are in youth, we are filled with dreams. One should make the best use of one's youth because when it is gone, much of one's strength is gone. So he says that once we have lost our youth, we never get it back again. So we have to make the best use of our youth. So the poem starts here. As you all know, the title of the poem is It Never Comes Again. So the writer is Richard Henry Stoddard. So let's start the first para. There are gains for all our losses. There are balms for all our pain. But when youth, the dream departs, it takes something from our hearts and it never comes again. So the poet, he says that there are gains for all our losses. In the passage we saw right before that, we can get everything back, but Once our youth is gone, we cannot get it back. There are balms for all our pain. There is a solution for all our pain. There are some solutions for our pains, but when youth, the dream departs. But when we have lost our youth, even our dreams go off. It leaves us. When our youth is gone, even our dreams are left with it. It takes something from our hearts. When our youth is gone, it takes something from our hearts. It takes away our dreams, our desires, and it never comes again. And once it is gone, it never comes again. So the second stanza. We are stronger and better, he says. When we are youth, we are very strong and we are better than anybody else. Under manhood's sterner reign, sterner in sense strong and a reign in sense rule. When we are in the ruling of a manhood, we are very strong when we are youth. When we live with the people, then when we are youth, we are very strong amongst them. Still we feel that something sweet followed youth with flying feet. He says that still, even we are stronger, we are better, but still when we are youth, we feel that something it is very sweet. Even as we grow older, we will be strong and we will be better. We can be better, but when we are in the period of our youth, at that time we feel that something it is very sweet and with flying feet. Flying feet is nothing but when you're young, you keep running, you keep doing your work very sincerely, very hardworking. So he says that by followed our youth, we keep with our flying feet and will never come again. He says that as we were doing when we are youth, as we're doing all the works very fast and very quickly, that time will never come again as our youth will leave us. Something beautiful is vanished and we sigh for it in vain. Something beautiful is vanished. When we are in youth, it is a very beautiful period of life. So when it is gone, we feel that something is vanished. Vanished is nothing but something is disappeared from our life. And we sigh for it in vain. We sigh for it in vain. In sense, we mourn for the youth days which is not possible to come back again. So sigh is nothing but a long deep breath showing disappointment, and vain is nothing but without success. See, sigh is we keep feeling sad that these days can never come back. We behold it everywhere. Behold in sense we see to it everywhere, on the earth and in the air. What do we see to? We see to our youth where it is gone. We see everywhere on the earth and in the air, but it never comes again. So he says that once our youth is gone, whether we search it on the earth or in the air, but it will never come again. So here's the end of the poem. So let's study about the author. So the author of the poem, the poet, is Richard Henry Stoddard. He was born in 1825 and died in 1903. He was an American critic and poet. He became a blacksmith and later an iron modeler. This was his work, what he was doing before he became a poet. Reading a lot of poetry at the same time. As he was doing his blacksmith and iron modeler work, he used to even read a lot of poetry books. In 1849, he gave up his industrial trades and began to write for a living. As he was reading all these poetry books, he got so influenced by it that in 1849, he gave up his work, he gave up his industrial trades, and he began to write for a living. He started his life as a poet. His poetical work is sincere, original, and marked by delicate fancy and felicity of form. And his songs have given him a high and permanent place among American lyric poets. So his works are so good and so nice that he has got a permanent place among the American lyric poets. So this is all about the poet. So if you like the video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.